flat and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fine! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely, that it should come to this.
But 2 months dead. Nay, not so much. Not 2. So excellent a king.
That was to bid Hyperion to a satyr.
So loving to my mother, he might not between the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly.
Heaven and earth must I remember.
Why, she would hang on him, as if increase of appetite had grown by what I fed on.
And yet within a month.
Let me not think on't.
Frailty, thy name is woman.
A little month, or those shoes were old.
With which she followed my poor father's body.
Like Niobe, all tears. Why even she.
Oh God! A beast that one's discourse of reason!
I have mourned longer.
Married with my uncle, my father's brother.
But no more like my father than I to Hercules.
Within a month.
Ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left in the flushing of her galled eyes.
She married.
Oh, most wicked speed.
To post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets! It is not, nor it cannot come to good.
But break my heart.
For I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I'm glad to see you well, Horatio. Or I do forget myself.
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
But what is your affair in Elsinore? We'll teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray thee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think we'll see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio! The funeral baked meats and coldly furnished forth the marriage tables. Would I had seen my dearest foe in heaven had I ever seen that day. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father!
Season your admiration for a while with an attent ear, till I may deliver this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch, in the dead, vast, and middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure like your father appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them. This to me, in dreadful secrecy did they impart, and I with them on the 3rd night kept the watch, where they had delivered both in time and form of the thing, but each word made true and good. The apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more like.
Did you not speak to it?
I did, my lord, but answer made it none.
This is very strange.
As I do live, my honor, lord, 'tis true.
I would I had been there.
It would have much amazed you.
I will watch tonight. Perchance to walk again.
I warrant it will.
My father's spirit in arms. All is not well. I doubt some foul play with the night were come. For now sit still my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth overwhelm them to men's eyes.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous
Or
fortune,
to take arms against the sea of troubles. And
To
die
die,
against them.
to sleep no more.
and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flushes air to.
Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished.
To die, to sleep, to sleep.
Perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in the sleep of death when dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil.
Must give us pause.
There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life.
For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely?
The pangs of disprised love, the law's delay, the office, the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes.
When he himself the coitus makes with a bare bodkin.
Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life?
And thus the fear of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns.
Questions the mill and makes us rather bear those ills we have than travel to those we know not of.
Those consciences make cowards of us all.
And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with a pale cast of thought.
And enterprises of great pith and moment in this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action.
Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you well. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long longed to redeliver.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with some words of so sweet breath composed has made the things more rich. Well, their perfume's lost. Take them again. For to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor and givers people kind. There, my lord.
Ha! Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
that if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd, than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was some time a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. Loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, and yet how could accuse me of such things or better? My mother had not borne me. I'm very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I've thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord?
Let the doors be shut upon him. Then he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
I'll help him, you sweet heavens.
And if thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. And if thou needs marry, marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly too.
Heavenly powers restore him.
I've heard of your paintings too well enough. God gives you one face, and you make yourself another. Jade, you amble, you list, and nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion, the mode of form, the observed of all observers. Quite down. And I of ladies most dejected wretched that sucked the honey from his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign mind like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh. That unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! My coward. Calls me villain, breaks me pain across, plucks out my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the line in the throat as deep as to the lungs. Who does me this? Ha! Swoons I should take it, for it cannot be but I'm pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter. For ere this, should have batted all the raging kites of the slave's awful, bloody body villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Why, what an ass am I?
This is most brave.
That I, the son of a dear father, murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must,
Like a whore.
unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab, a scullion. Vile foe! About my brain. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. If he but blench, I know my course. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.